Well, Spider-Man Brand New Day is in full casting mode, and it might have actually revealed how this film connects or doesn't connect to Avengers Doomsday, and that's been a huge fan question. So let's take a couple minutes to talk about the latest casting report, who Marvel is looking for now to fill the movie, and quite honestly why I think this definitely confirms what kind of film we're getting. Well, honestly guys, Spider-Man Brand New Day is the subject of a ton of speculation. It's going to be released between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and it's really led to a lot of discussions on whether this will be a multiverse tale. Now, over the last couple of months, we've heard hundreds of rumors about this movie, including it would be a multiverse tale, the return of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, potentially Daredevil, maybe Battleworld, and even Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. But this most recent casting report, combined with the last casting report, might have actually fleshed out what's really going on. Now, if you remember, about a week or so ago, we found out Marvel was looking to cast prisoners for this film, meaning they were looking for extras to populate a jail. And that really led to a lot of discussions about who the villain is and where this movie is going to be set. It definitely suggested a grounded take on this film, and led to a ton of speculation about that rumor of a plot synopsis that included the Scorpion and the Vulture. We talked about that not too long ago, and I've linked it down below. Now, since then, Daniel Richtman has chimed in once again. And, like I always say, this isn't Kevin Feige or Marvel Studios, but Richtman's track record is pretty solid, especially when it comes to these casting calls. Now, according to him, Marvel is looking for teachers as part of the new cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and this has definitely led to speculation on what's going on in Peter's life. It seems to absolutely confirm that Peter is indeed headed to college, probably Empire State University, and this makes a ton of absolute sense considering where we saw Peter last. Now, this also seems to add another sort of checkbox on the idea that this is a street-level adventure, but will ultimately lead to Spider-Man playing a big role in Secret Wars, but not Doomsday. Now, Alex Perez over at the Cosmic Circus made a really great point, and actually suggested that even though this movie is coming out after Doomsday, that it very likely will be a prequel to Avengers Doomsday, or kind of in sync with Ant-Man and the Wasp, which ran simultaneously to Infinity War and closed out with Thanos' snap. Now, I actually kind of like this idea, because it allows Marvel to have some more flexibility with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I actually think the reason Spider-Man's not in Doomsday is Marvel wants to save one of its contractual obligations for another big team-up film in the future, and if they were to include him in Doomsday, well, that takes up one of those slots. Also leaves the door open to some other MCU characters appearing from the streets of New York, namely Daredevil, and with this movie dropping a couple of months after season 2 of Daredevil, well, it allows some production flexibility between the two since they will both be in either pre, post, or current production at the same time. We also know Charlie Cox has wanted to team up with Spider-Man, and with nobody remembering who Tom Holland is, well, it allows Marvel to pretty much have a clean slate. Now, who the villains ultimately are, we don't really know yet. Like I said, we've heard stories of Mr. Negative, the Scorpion, and the Vulture, but I think Marvel is going to play this close to the chest, but at this point, everything we are hearing seems to absolutely suggest this will be that street-level adventure fans were craving. The film comes our way July 21st, 2026. We've got a little bit more than a year to wait, but until we know more, I really want to know what you guys think about this news. Does this seem to confirm to you that this will be a street-level adventure with Spider-Man? And what college do you think Peter's going to? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Now, before you take off though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily videos and we want to be your place for all the Marvel and DC news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know.